Well, good morning. Let's see, who do we have? We've got Macon Park. We've got hello everyone from Arkansas. Good morning, Zach and community. From Lee Grant, hello Lee. We got the real donut daddy. I love that. And greetings from Berlin. They have donuts in Berlin? We got to start off slow, not too fast. It's it's 9:30 Central. All right. Let's see. We got hi from Bob K. Hi, Zach and everyone from Massimo in Italy. Thank you. Howdy from Kansas. Hi, Zach from Clovis, California. Nice. Next time you're in Berlin. Oh, I would love. Okay. We're on it. Yeah. And I may be in Berlin next year. So I'll certainly keep y'all informed. Hello from Belgium. Nice, Conrad. Eating breakfast, 7:30 a.m. in Tucson. Yeah, this is another Partsocaster. So, got a rosewood board today. Let's see. Now and Then Zen. Love that. The back pickup. Zach, you've got to start a book corner segment where you tell us about your favorite. You know, I have done some, I need to film another episode, and I may do like a smorgasbord where I do a little bit of a book review and some other things, but I will. See, bonjour, Zach from just north of Toronto. Nice. My hands are great. Thank you. Howdy from Old Hangtown, California. We've got good morning from Jeff. Hey from Northwest Arkansas. I like to say Arkansas, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Texans have bad reputation. Hey Zach, I got my deluxe reverb reissue sending vintage. Nice. Used the old chat GPT. Hello from fabulous Las Vegas. Well, hello Richard. Hello from the UK. From Derek. Looks like Clacton. Nice. Hi, Zach. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Love Fort Wayne. I was there a month or two ago. Visited Sweetwater. Great talk on vintage Telly saddle bridge versus modern six saddle. Nice. Lots of doinkiness. Hello from Poland. Nice. I'm going to send you pictures of my latest Frankencaster. Nice. Hey, Zach. All right. Well, today I'm playing another Partsocaster. So this is something found, a body that a raw body that was found off Reverb, and this is another. I think this is another Mexican made telly neck that has been refinished and reshaped. You can see a lot of extra wear and tear was put on it. And then this has a set of Ron Ellis pickups that I had lying around that I was looking for the right guitar to put them in. So this is a 60T, and this is a new tall, which he made a long time ago. And I don't know that he still, But I think the mid-tall is probably the closest to it at this point. But it's very, this neck pick, very, it's, you know, probably one of the most stratty sounding Oh, Plexico. He's always doing the super chat, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Greetings. Let's throw in some content coin. I appreciate that. Yeah. Now I get to have lunch. So thanks to Plexico. I'm going to go have lunch. I'm just, you know, of course, having fun. Massimo says, love your parts caster and the tone you get from it. Thank you. Let's see. Shram Guitar says, tried the blue chip pick you mentioned last chat. You mean, yeah. This is what I'm still using. Let's see if we can, yeah, with the silly Ask Zac logo. Oh, one thing I need to tell y'all is that I finally found a new merch company to work with because Spring was terrible, and I apologize for any of you that had trouble with Teespring. So I'm now with Fourth Wall, and there's of course there's a link on YouTube, I think, you know, for the and I need to put it in the description also. But anyway, I've got you know, some old favorites and then some new ones, including I had the you know, there's the amp schematic shirt. Well, I had it turn into an amp schematic coffee mug, and they make them really big too. So this is the biggest one they make. You don't have to get it this big. You can choose the size, but this one's a good one. All right. Let's see what's going on here. See, just bought a used Nashville Telly from Sweetwater. I'm having Forrest Lee Jr. put a bender in it this weekend, and the noiseless pickups knocked me out. Nice. Let's see. Here's both pickups. Everything sounding okay today? I think we need a little tremolo. Let's see. Let's see. All right, another super nice super chat. Thank you. Question for you. I just snagged an 80s Tokai Telly with an early Glazer bender and Bill Keith banjo tuner. It needs a pick guard. Any tips to get the spray and ombre of those correct? Some of those Tokai pick guards are shaped a little differently. And if you have the original one, there's like Pick Guardian. There's different guys you can send off or take a tracing. I would definitely take a tracing of the pick guard because some of those Tokais do not line up with regular ones. That's a really cool guitar. I love 80s Tokai breezy sound Telecasters. They're really great instruments, and that's a really cool setup with an early Glazer bender and a banjo tuner. That's really, really cool. Oh, it's a Paisley Telly. So you need a clear pick guard, right? Yeah, you need a clear one that has the halo around the neck pickup. I mean, is the original one gone? So I'm trying to understand your question. Oh, okay, yes. You're going to need to get a clear pick guard. A single ply clear pick guard, and then send me an email, Zac at askzac.com, and I may be able to help you out with that some. So yeah, just send me a note, and we'll see, and send me some pictures of that Paisley Tokai. We got it. Massimo says everything sounds good. You have a jumbo-sized head. Thank you. I don't wear a hat because I'm 52 years old and I still have a full head of hair. And no offense to anyone that's gone bald, but yeah, and I do have a big head, and so I rarely wear a hat. I think I have a LA Dodgers hat that barely fits my head. That sometimes I'll wear when I haven't combed my hair yet. Let's see. Good morning from Edmonton, Alberta. Nice, Ian. Zach, do you mic your amp for the videos, or are we just hearing it from the room mic? You're hearing it from the room mic. So I'll show you, I'll put this kind of in frame. So this is a little Audio Technica mic that is just kind of out of frame. And it's pointed at my head or at my neck or anything. It probably should be pointed at my chest or something. But anyway, and then my amp is over here. And then I have to be careful. So I have my little Headstrong amp. I have it turned on too. So, and then even then, I still have to be careful that I don't get a whole lot louder than my voice. So yes, I'm just using one microphone. And yeah. Good question. Let's see. Yes, yeah, Keith, send me an email and we'll talk about that more. I may be able to help you out with that. As someone with a Tommy Tedesco tattoo, I'm digging the rosewood. Yeah, it is. So this is yeah. Always, this is kind of your, yeah, Tommy Tedesco played a telly that looked like this. And of course it ended up with a bunch of signatures and a bunch of crazy mess on it. Of course he threw it up in the air at some point and broke it or I don't know. But anyway, so this is like a 62 type telly. Yeah. And, yeah, it's just fun. It's got the, yeah. Let's see. Oh, let's see. SSG Holt says, sorry, late. Hi, Zach. You're not late at all. You're just on time. And Telecaster Bear says, your audio is always great in your videos. Well, thank you. Let's see. Oh, we got a professor at Ole Miss, but would rather be home playing guitar. Well, you gotta make a living somehow. So you gotta teach the kids something. Still got the tremolo on. Tremolo and both pickups. Do you have any tips on playing over a fast train shuffle beat? Yeah. I usually do, you know, I'll try to do kind of banjo-y things or pull-off things. Like, let me turn the tremolo off. Like, which is, kind of out of this E shape, or I'll do try to do, kind of pull off licks when doing that kind of thing. And of course, you can't do it over everything. And then every once in a while, you do like a bending thing or a banjo-y kind of thing. Oh, David saying, what guitar are you playing today? So this is a parts caster. It's supposed to be like a 62. This is a raw body that was found on Reverb, and this is a Mexican neck, and they've been completely refinished and aged and such. And these are Ron Ellis pickups. This is a 60T, and this is a tall neck, which I don't know that he makes the model anymore. It's actually a little bit bright for me. I may put in a standard or standard plus or whatever in there. But yeah, that's the guitar. Let's see. At age 64, I finally put together my first pedal board. Peterson Mini. That's a great one. That's a great setup. Yeah, that's a cool pedal board. Greetings from suburban Chicago. Been using a Dunlop Max 1.0. My favorite is the, I go through phases, but for a while now I've been really liking the Blue Chip TPR35, which I learned about these from Keith Williams, 5-Watt World. So, hi from Nottingham, UK, Columbus, Mississippi. I would say I probably I like Carters and Groons a whole lot. I mean, they're just fun, and I have friends that work at both of them, so those are cool. East Side's really cool. There's some other cool places. Oh, GuitarEffectsPedals.com. That's it's more of a pedal, and but they do have some guitars and amps there too. That's a really cool place. You got to go there. Do you have the telly that the tone was on the? Yeah, I wire most of my guitars this way. So that's what, look at this. And then so I wire the tone control most of the time where it's only on the bridge pickup. Yes, I'd do that. Super chat. Thank you. From let's see. Chillinoploppy. Do you, silent stage, yes. I have had to do the silent stage, and yes, I'll use an amp modeler. Like, I'll use the Dream 65, or I've used the Strymon Iridium before. I like the Dream 65 a lot. I have another one. I have the Tone X that's on a board just as an emergency backup. But yeah, I don't have a problem going direct, because the silent stage thing, it's just kind of like, it's just basically, do you want to play music and do you want to get paid or not? And, the other thing you can do is you can, if you want to go expensive, you can get an aux box and, or some type of, where it takes the signal off the speaker and then you load it down. So basically you're getting the sound of your amp, but that's kind of the highfalutin way of doing it. But yeah, I don't have a problem doing the silent stage thing. Here from Southern Oklahoma, nice Rocky. What are your thoughts on switching the switch plate to volume? Oh, switching this around? I think it's great. I've never had a real problem with this, but I know a ton of guys that they like to, have their volume control right here and have the switch over here. I get that. It's cool. You ever thought about creating a course where you teach how to play country guitar? All right. Yeah, I'd be willing to do that. Let's see, I use just a vintage style tone cap. I don't know if that's the point .045 or .05 or yeah, it's whatever is put in old guitars. I don't know why I can't remember. Super chat, thank you. Third Place Magazine. Remember when people were putting butter in their coffee? Wow, that's crazy. Interesting. Shram, let's see. My Tone Master Deluxe attenuator drives me nuts finding the sweet spot. Yeah, I mainly would just put the Tone Master on 5 and then try to get it on the back where it would sound good. All-time favorite compressor and delay pedal. I like the Mirage compressor, and then my favorite delay pedal would probably be, right now, it's the UA Delverb. I'm using it right now, and I really like it. But I also like the old Boss DM3 and the DD2. I like a Deluxe Memory Man. And the Delverb does a good, I don't know if you can hear it, it's a real quick slapback. So, .047, that's what I use. My back loves that I've gone silent stage. Lee had to go, so thank you. Sitting in a barge in Glendale. Nice. All right. Trying to... Have you heard of them? Lava amps. I have not heard of Lava amps. Who's your Mount Rushmore of pickup winders? I would say Ron Ellis, Seymour Duncan, Buds, and then I would say the late Peter Florence, and I may put Fralin on there too. Yeah, I like Lindy Fralin. I want to learn to play licks in between chord changes. Yeah, that's something that it comes from kind of training your ear. One of the best things you can do is get a looper and then figure out. I mean, you can just make it as simple as doing 1-4-5 and then figuring out what sounds good under certain things. Let's see. Here we got Blytheville Steve. He says, then thank you for the super chat. He says, I love your show. FYI, I bought a mid-tall from Ron a couple of months ago, waiting on my body from MJT. Still not sure if I'm going to put in a JL or the mid-tall. The Lage neck pickup's really cool, but it's really microphonic. So I kind of like the mid-tall or the standard plus a little better, because sometimes I have a tendency to hit the neck, and even this one, it's a little microphonic, but not real bad. Let's see. I'm curious about your picking hand. Do you? Of course, I use the pick, and then I use these two fingers, and I always have a nail file with me. And in fact, I will shorten them down, basically down to nothing before I go out and do a run of shows, because I'm going to ruin my nails out on the road, and so that way I just kind of get used to it. So, but yeah, I always have a nail file there on the amplifier, because I'll always get a little catch going on it, and yeah. What's your general EQing approach? I always just try to go for one. You have to fit. You're absolutely right, and you kind of have to fit in whatever you're doing. So it's kind of like if you're doing music that has a lot of bass, well, maybe you're going to use less bass, and you're going to stay on the back pickup, and you're going to kind of EQ, you're going to set your bass lower on the amp, or you're going to use an EQ pedal or something like that. But I always try to have a good amount of mids and highs. And I always just try to go for a fat sound that has some kind of vocal quality to it. Though I don't know how much the back pickup sounds vocally, though. But I just try to you know. And of course I can it's nice to be able to just darken the bridge pickup, and even just doing it a touch is really nice. Oh, let's see. Oh, we got another super chat. Thank you very much, Jonathan Gardner. Top 3 Holy Grail telly tones on record. I would say Roy Nichols on Mama Tried. There's this, when he does the... There's just something special about that. Also, Working Man Blues with Merle Haggard, James Burton. And then I'd have to choose something that was maybe a little dirtier or something, or a neck pickup kind of thing. Probably Bobby Womack on I'm in Love, the neck pickup. So those would be a good start, at least. Do you ever play slide? Yes. I'm not a great slide player, but I do play slide. I have a couple of them here, and usually I would want to warm up. I would usually want to... This is not my favorite slide. Let's see if one of these is better. But let's see. Yeah, so I do play some slide, but usually it's just to play a part on a song, and I'm not really a big slide guy. Love your usual content, but how about some video where you break down one specific cool lick once in a while? Happy Danocaster owner here. Nice. Well, I'm got my Danocaster right here. So here, let's switch out to the Danocaster. Dun 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 da 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 da. Of course it's out of tune because it just cooled off. Trying not to let all the Singapore. Let's see. Nice. Good morning from Savannah. Nice. Did Vince Gill show you any cool licks when you interviewed him? He didn't play very much in my interview with Vince, but I'll show you a cool Vince Gill lick that I saw him play in someone else's interview. And so you're just playing out of in G, and you're playing out of this shape. That's a fun one. Not sure if I missed it, but what amp are you playing through right now? It really sounds great. It is a Headstrong Lil King. That's what I use pretty much all the time on the show. Let's see. Good morning from Vancouver Island. Let's see. Is this live? It's live, Colin. Super chat. I appreciate all you've done to help me. Well, you're very welcome, David, and thank you very much for the super chat. Man, I'm going to eat Thai food for lunch. Man, it's been, y'all are being really nice. Thank you. Why do baseball games go 18 innings? I don't know. That's kind of the joke going around, is that if Brad Paisley sings the national anthem, it goes longer. So we'll maybe they need him to sing it again. Let's see. Another super chat. Thank you. Hey Zach, I just got some vintage noiseless pickups, 57-62. My next project on my 83 Strat. Any thoughts? I mean, those are cool. Yeah, and I think more and more, noiseless pickups are just. I need to put noiseless pickups in one of my guitars just so I have one that's, because you always run into this one situation where it's just terrible and you can't get rid of the noise. So, but yeah, enjoy the noiseless pickups in your 83 Strat. Very cool. Christopher Claus says, "Hi Zach, really enjoy your playing and your content. Your theme music is so catchy and perfect for your channel. What is that last chord in the theme?" Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm playing this kind of let's see. I think this is a 6/9 chord. And then I'm tapping on the 12th fret. So, let's see. Yeah, and then. What's the telly on the thumbnail? That's this other telly that I was playing earlier, and so this is my Danocaster, like a 58 style Dano that has buds pickups, and this is one of my favorite guitars. And of course, Dan's a good friend. Dan and I go to lunch about every other week, so Dan's a great guy and a great friend, and he's one of the few guys that builds guitars that you can just take the guitar and you can go play a gig with it. Like a lot of these parts casters that I have, like this one, and this is not a knock on this at all, but it's like, I had to do a bunch of work on this and do a bunch of setup work, which I'm very capable of doing. But it is nice when you pick up something and it's just ready to go. So this is the guitar that's in the thumbnail, and it's like a 62 style Partzocaster. So and it's got Ron Ellis pickups as a 60T, yeah, and a tall neck. Jay's, let's see. Discovered your videos on Bobby Womack and Cornell Dupree, so killer. Thanks for all the info. You're welcome, Sword. Oh, let's see. Love the red one. I do too. That's why it's always close by. Good morning from the green room at Hard Rock. Oh, nice. That's my cousin Rod. So hope things are going well with Rod. He's a good dude. So yeah, good player, good guy. I was transcribing Fugitive. I think James does the lead with the first string tuned down. Man, that might be, yeah. Actually, they just. The pickups in this one are Ron Ellis. This is a 60T, and this is a tall neck. Bob K. You're welcome, Christopher Claus. Let's see. We got B flat major 6-9 add 11. So is that what this is? Because and then you got the flat 5 on the tapping. Let's see. Damn cool parts caster. Thank you, Max. What's the neck on the particular? The neck on the neck. This is a Fender made in Mexico neck that that we stripped and then redid it with nitro and rubbed a bunch of stuff in the back of the neck and did some reshaping too, because it was actually a little too fat for a 60s type neck. Early 60s necks are not fat by any means. A lot of them are in the like 0.78 and 0.82 and things like that. They rarely get up into like 0.86 or anything like that. So let's see. Have to go. See you next time, and all the best to y'all. Well, thanks for coming out, Donut Daddy. Good morning from Berlin. Another, yes. Big fan of your, yes. I wanted to ask about pots differences in use for. I only use 250K pots. I don't play any humbucker guitars or. I have a Les Paul that has 500K pots, but I always stick to 250K pots and just standard, 0.047 caps. I don't, the main thing I do is I wire it where this tone control is only on the bridge pickup and not on the neck. So you can see here. Doesn't do anything. It does something there. And that way I can set my amp when I'm on the neck pickup. And then what are you going to do? You're going to go back here and you're going to darken a little bit. I love Junior Brown. I remember getting his Get With It album in the early 90s and was just blown away by it. I like Telecasters too. What is Collins? Is it Collins? Yeah, Humble. Yeah. Sorry, I think I need to get my eyes checked. It's about time. I'm 52 years old and haven't been to the eye doctor in a while. So P90 in the neck and Tele bridge, but the P90 is too dark. Yes, whenever you're running like a P90 or humbucker, there are like these dual ganged volume pots. And it basically allows the single coil pickup to see a 250K and then the neck pickup can see a 500K. That's what you need. You need one of those pots. It's not concentric. It looks like a normal pot, but down below it, it's got two sets of the, prongs to so you can do the same thing on the tone control too. So that's what you need to do. Oh, let's see. We got yes. Oh, we got a Keith Williams sighting. Oh, this is a good question. What was your favorite video to make? That would be, let's see if I can, yes. So my favorite video to make was the one about these, about, the bridge cover. And just because I had people tell me that is the stupidest video you could make, is do a video about about this cover. And it ended up being a good video for me. And it was an excuse to contact Red Volkart and Nacho Banos and George Grun and all these cool people. So, yeah, that was one of my favorite. And great question, Keith. And thank you for coming out. And I'm going to say again, thank you for connecting me with Fourth Wall, which is the merch company that I'm working with now, because they've already they're banging it out of the park. So thank you, Keith. And I know you're getting a kickback from that for referring me, and I don't mind that you're getting a kickback, but maybe next time you come in town, you'll buy me a cup of coffee or something with all the millions you're making off of me. Oh, let's see. What's your opinion on stainless steel frets? I have never tried them. People have asked me about it. I've never tried them. How much reverb are you using when playing through your deluxe reverb amp? I usually set the reverb around 2 to 2.5. I want it to be there, but I don't want it to get too swimmy. And so on most Fender amps, you have to turn it pretty low. Saw the first snowflakes this morning. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to remember to... so what I do is I have a humidifier, and I'll just run the humidifier in my studio, in my office here, with all the guitars out. And then, of course, try to wipe the strings down and stuff. But, yeah, it's just part of the deal. Let's see. Aztecs. My favorite country guitarist was Jerry Garcia. I mean, yeah, absolutely. The Big River from Dick's Picks. I remember Curtis Hickson. I love Jerry Garcia's playing. I've never been a big Dead fan, but I certainly have a great appreciation for Jerry. And I loved his playing, especially when he wasn't going through the Mutron and such. I mean, that was kind of a cool thing, but I liked it when he was playing, with less effects and stuff. So, but yeah. And of course he had Riders of the Purple Sage and stuff where he played steel guitar. So, great player and great tone. Oh, let's see. I don't think I saw the first part of your question. I think it looks like it's Sarah Dam. Let's see. Once I removed that and wired it like a normal Strat, the pickups came to life. Any idea why? I didn't get the first part of your question. Getting into Rosewood tellies lately? Yeah. I've never been a Rosewood guy, and then I've gotten more into them lately because of a couple of builds. I have another one over here. Do you want me to? I'm gonna grab the other Rosewood telly. Nobody, don't go away. Don't go away. It was just a moment. I just had to go. Let's see. Is this? It's almost in tune. And remember to always go lower and then come back up. So this is another Parzo caster. This is a Musicraft neck that I ordered because I wanted one that actually had serious clay dots, and I wanted to go crazy on it. And then this is an MJT body that we refinished. It was black and stripped it, and our birthday boy from yesterday did the finish work on all of this. Let's see. Do you have a red Volkart lick you can show us? I love his... Oh, golly. I don't think I know a specific red Volkart lick. I always think of him like with these kind of rolling licks. Like he'll, when you go to the A7. Yeah. So those kind of things when I think of, and then of course he does a lot of neck pickup stuff. Yeah, and he's such a great, swing player. Stuff like that. I don't know if any of that's really red Volkart note for note, but yeah. How do you play that chicken picking style that you often play? Yeah, it's literally It's literally going back and forth between the finger and the pick. I'm just about doing that all over that. I think I told, Keith Williams says, what are we looking at? I think I just told what this is. This is a Music Craft neck and MJT body that Brad Paisley refinished and aged. Killer slap, thank you. Once I removed that, we're not getting the first part of Sarah's question, so I couldn't hear much of any difference between 3-saddle and 6-saddle. It was kind of subtle, but there's just a kind of a firmness and kind of a stoutness with the 6-saddle bridge that's not there with the 3-saddle. But the 3-saddle has kind of a funkiness to it and a woodiness. So, and I know that's getting into real cork sniffer territory, but yeah, there wasn't like a huge difference. Yes, I have a new merch vendor. It's Fourth Wall. Yes, order a schematic shirt. Order a new schematic mug. So this one I just got in the mail yesterday, and glad to see that they're doing a good job. And thank you, Rob. Good morning from Donald Mills. Let's see. Red told me he uses 11 through 52. He does. He used to use heavier than that. He went down to 11s because no one would play his guitar. Afternoon from Pretoria, South Africa. Nice. Why don't you like ebony fretboards? I only like ebony on acoustics. I prefer either maple or rosewood. I don't like a hard, bright wood, which ebony is. And I don't think a Telecaster needs any more hardwoods on it that is hard as ebony. And I love it on an acoustic. I have a Martin D28 that's got an ebony fretboard, but on Fender guitars, I don't like ebony. So that's just my thing. And they're fine on a Les Paul, like a Les Paul Custom. Red played here in Edmonton this weekend. Yeah, I love Red Volkart. Been thinking of building a Cabernita. How do you feel about them? I'm super traditional. I mean, when it comes to Telecasters, the only thing I change from a vintage guitar is I like bigger frets. I like the vintage radius. I like everything about a vintage guitar except for little frets. And so I just put 6105s or whatever on there. And then sometimes, of course, I rewire it to where the tone control is only on the bridge. But, I've never really been into putting, weird pickups. And they're not weird. I've just always liked the traditional sound of a Telecaster. And the Cabernitas, I've heard a lot of people get really fantastic sounds out of them, but it's just never been, my thing. Because to me, it's like, what's not to like about the neck pickup? Let's see. Or the bridge pickup. Oh, an OMG photo. So he and I went to high school together, and I just kind of connected the dots in Kingsville, Texas at H.M. King High School. So yeah, Miguel. So hello, Miguel. I think a Cabernita would be cool, but it's just not my flavor. I noticed the difference when I changed my Tele to brass barrels. Yeah, brass definitely darkens and compresses things a little bit. So, and it makes it's one of the fastest way to change the sound of your guitar is to put saddles on it, because those cost, $30, $50 tops. And you can change them in a couple minutes, and it very much changes the sound of a Telecaster. But I think steel has its merits, which, of course, I've got steel here. And all the guitars I've played today, the this, kind of 62 blonde style. It's got steel saddles. I think those are all C&J saddles that unfortunately he passed away. These are Music City Groove Master saddles, the steel ones. And then on this Danocaster, it's got the advanced plating ones that are, and all of these are compensated. I like compensated saddles, or even on a vintage guitar, you can bend the screw. Oh, opinion on Whitfield tellies. I've played them. I thought they were great. I just have so much of I have a relationship with a couple of builders, and I don't need another, and I need another telly like a hole in the head. Did we freeze up? I don't know. Maybe we did. I just got a Jazzmaster with the traditional 6 screw saddles. I was considering. Yeah, I mean, I would, you could certainly go with the mastery on a Jazzmaster. The whole issue is the strings, popping out of the saddles, because they don't have good enough break angle. So, I mean, the mastery is it's a wonderful bridge, and especially for a jazz, I would go with that over the Mustang one. I know it's, yes, and I have family family that used to live in Blanco. Ever tried titanium saddles? Yes, I didn't really care for them. I also tried aircraft aluminum. I didn't care for that either. I like cheap steel saddles, meaning I don't want them to be heavy. I do like. There are some really fancy saddles that I like. I have a broadcaster type telly that has rudders. I think they're called navy brass or marine brass, and I really like them on that guitar. Yeah. Yes. So, wow, we got the same question about titanium saddles. Yes, I've tried it and I didn't really care for it. Cheers, Zach and the gang. What did I miss? Well, a whole mess of things. There was a whole dance routine, and golly, there were girls. There was there were dogs. There was flames. I mean, it was amazing. I'm sorry you missed out on that, Greg. Do you have a specific pot you like for tellies? I like Emerson makes really good stuff. They get pots from, I don't know who they get pots from, but I like the Emerson stuff. That's what Danocaster uses, and that's what I have in a couple of my tellies. I've got their stuff. How high do you run your action on your telly? I run them. Oh, Andy, nice. Andy, of course, I borrowed a 52 telly from. I have my action real low. Just put brass Groove Masters on my telly. So far, so good. Yeah, they're great. Okay, the comments are coming really fast. So, yeah. And thank you, Miguel. Let's see. Thoughts on CTS speakers? I think the CTS 10s that were used in some of the super reverbs were really nice. Yeah, I think CTS made great speakers. Yeah, there were fireworks too. Plus the dogs doing Kiss style flame split. Absolutely. Don't forget the flying monkeys, of course. Zach, what does your wife think of your telly collection? She rolls her eyes at it and says, please don't get another one. And yet they keep showing up. So I think at this point she just knows that, when I die, she's going to have a lot of tellies to sell. So, yeah, that turned dark quick. But at least for me it did. Oh, let's see. Do vintage style frets wear really quick? Kind of, because they're really I wouldn't say they wear quick, but there's less mass, there's less material. So if you play on it a lot, of course you can't really do a lot of fret dressing, because on a bigger, taller fret, you can level all the frets and still have a fair amount of meat left. But if you have like a really low fret, then you're you get close to needing a refret a little sooner. But also depends on how you play, and smaller frets, they react very differently. The guitar feels completely different. I have never had a Tweed Deluxe. I've always wanted one. Sarah, okay. Oh, Sarah is saying, I'm a Patreon subscriber and invite everyone here to join me and become a member. Zac is a gem and it's well worth it. Well, thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. And we got another super chat. Let's see. Thanks, man. Your live is always fun and a pleasure. The Red Danocaster is insanely good. It really is. It's a great guitar. Let's see. Rob French says CTS 10s are great. I just had a set reconed for a super. Yeah, good speaker. Worstest guitar player in the world. Always enjoy your show. Anything to say about me, but always love your show. Well, thank you. Do we need to talk about you, worstest guitar player in the world? Maybe we need to have a special episode and maybe an intervention. Perush, let's see. Hey, Zac, what's with Brad performing? That's the joke, isn't it? Where it's like, people have been spotlighting the fact that, Brad has sang the national anthem twice, and both times it's gone into extra innings. So, and the Dodgers have won. So, yeah, let's see what happens with the rest of the series. Have you ever considered building a kit amp? Yes. I'm just scared of the voltages. So I'm scared of getting shocked. But great looking and sounding telly, Zac. Well, thank you. Do you have any experience with Musicraft bodies? I have one telly that has a Musicraft body, but mostly I have experience with Musicraft necks. Like this is a Musicraft neck, and it's really nice. Musicraft stuff is expensive compared to some of the other options, but I think they make a really good product. And there's times where it's like on this guitar, I really wanted to have a really kind of vintage correct neck with the clay dots and everything, the truss rod and at the right position in the wood, and the dots where they're kind of halfway in the fretboard and halfway in the maple. So I wanted to do all those things on this one because this was supposed to be a 59. Have you tried the Danelectro Roebuck? That's their Mostortion copy. I've played through one once, perhaps, I think, and it sounded good. I've always liked Danelectro pedals and guitars and stuff. See, Jam says he loves stainless steel frets. Have my tech install them on all my acoustics. Dan Lashbrooks. Nice. Well, we'll have to watch. We got Rigel 7 was already used. Is here, and he said, I just got here, start over. Thanks. Yeah. Rob French says, loved the F-Tuner episode. By the way, I learned some stuff. Well, thank you. I've learned that I don't know what a hit is, and I don't know what until after the fact. So I thought that F-Tuner episode was just going to do god awful, but I just wanted to do it because I think it was information I wanted to be out there. So thank you. Oh, thinking of building a Musicraft Blackguard. I would do it. I mean, you're going to spend like $1,000 just in a body and neck, but it's really good stuff, and you can, I like their stuff a lot. So I'm a Musicraft fan. So thank you, David Schramm, for the super chat. Yes, you're very welcome, and I appreciate the support. That means a lot to me. So y'all have been really, really nice today. I've had a lot of super chats, and that's super, super kind. Minty Green says, thanks, seen a... Oh, he's talking about CTS speakers. So he saw a 15-inch example with a huge square. Yeah, a lot of the CTS had square magnets on them. Of course, also some early, Eminence, speakers had square magnets too. Rigel 7 says, when I was a kid, I thought the Tele Custom, this is a custom Tele. See? It says custom Tele. The Tele Custom is the one with the humbucker, but I haven't read all your questions, so maybe I shouldn't have said that. I thought the Tele Custom was the most country guitar going, probably because of Ronnie Dunn. Oh, yeah. You're right. So Ronnie Dunn had a made in Japan 62 Tele Custom that he would hold, and he would strum, while he's saying, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to try to sing like Ronnie Dunn is one of the greatest country singers of all time. Probably he and Vince Gill are the two greatest country singers from the 90s, probably. So, but anyway, and he still sings great. But yeah, they would. I remember like the videos, the cover, like covers of records, and the video for. That one had in the video, Ronnie's playing a custom Tele. Oh, I'm just giving you a hard time, Rigel. Well, let's see. How long have we been going here? Looks like we've been going over an hour. So I'm probably going to start, slowing down in a minute. But I appreciate y'all coming out and listening to me meander on the Tele. All right. 7.25 versus 9.5 radius. I like 7.25. 9 is fine also, but I prefer the more curved 7.25, but just bigger frets. Another super chat, thank you from world's worstest guitar player. Buy your wife 3 or 4 boxes of wine. I will buy her some wine. Let's see. That means I've been not working for over an hour. Well, nice, James. See, what size strings do you recommend? I use D'Addario 9.5 through 44. That is my favorite string set. I love it. Sometimes I'll use heavier, just a regular set of 10s, but I use the NYXL. I think they're fantastic. Thank you for the great show comment. Always time well spent with the Haimbusk. I like that. Did you ever have to alter the nut on your Musicraft necks? I lowered the top of it. So in other words, I didn't, I had Nick over at Glazer's deep in the slots, and then I took material off the top because I don't like the string to be buried in the nut. But I didn't have to do any other thing crazy on the nut. It was already slotted. The custom shop did make a Andy Summers Tele. Yeah. Thanks for the talk. Oh, I'm sorry you're having a sick day there, Miguel. So I hope you feel better. Are you in South Texas? Are you in, are you in Kingsville or Corpus Christi? But anyway, we'll talk later. Always enjoyed the morning show with Zach. Thank you. Rigel 7 says, hey, saw you in photographic image with Brad Paisley, and that begs the question, Brad Paisley, what's he for? I don't know. Also, loved that his backup in the SIG vid is you and Steve Warner. Oh, that was a lot of fun. My bucket list guitar is a Merle Custom Shop. That's a great guitar. The Don Kelly was a fantastic one. I haven't interviewed Bukovac yet. It may happen. Josh Smith would be fun, as would Bonamassa. I mean, who wouldn't like, Bonamassa's a great guy. Let's see, we got watching from Eastern Kentucky. You're in Victoria. Nice. So you didn't go too far away. So you're still within a stone's throw from old Kingsville. Mike Dickerson, thank you. How does Guitar Mill compare to Music Craft in your opinion? I like Guitar Mill's bodies. So to me, the thing to do, if you were really wanting to roll your own, kind of telly, if you're going highfalutin, is to get a Guitar Mill body, and where you spec the weight out and such, and then you get like a Music Craft neck. That's if you're wanting to build like a, kind of a vintage reproduction guitar. I mean, you could get, I've had things made out of all parts, and, road worn stuff and all sorts of things that have been great. But Guitar Mill does great work, and they're right down the road in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. What is the top 3 favorite things about your Esquire? Let's see. We have to get the Esquire out. Let's see. Are we freezing up a little bit there? Yeah. So it's 6.5 pounds. It has a V-neck that feels amazing. And then the fact that Ron Ellis rewound the pickups and wouldn't charge me anything, and the fact that Dan Strain refinished the guitar and wouldn't charge me anything. So the friendship that this guitar means is a lot, and then just the way the guitar is itself. Best amp to get a jazzy tone on a telly. I mean, I still think it's a Princeton, but I mean, you could get whatever you want. I mean, there's tons of good. I have a couple of PV amps that I love that didn't cost me anything. I have a Studio Pro 40. I did a whole episode about it. Paid $150 for it, and I gigged with Brad Paisley using that amp and took pictures of it just so people would know that I wasn't lying. So, let's see. You should do a vintage telly interview with Bonamassa. That would be fun. See, I would really enjoy that. A double Esquire is an Esquire that you've added, I guess, a neck pickup to. So I guess it's all the same except for the the logo on the headstock, and and the fact that the double Esquire has been modified, because of course before it was routed, but it didn't have the holes drilled for the adjustment screws. Oh, let's see. Kevin Pollak, the actor, used to pause and freeze. All right, guys. Well, we've been going for 1 hour and 8 minutes, and I think I'm going to sign off and get on with my day. I think I've got I've got a meeting that I've got to hit at 11 o'clock, so I better, get off the line and get hydrated. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you to everyone that did a super chat. That was very kind. Just a friendly reminder that, of course, got merch going again, and with Fourth Wall, and they're doing a great job. And this is the new amp schematic mug. So there is a little pause for the cause. And just thanks you to everyone. Oh golly, there's a bunch of things popping up. Yes, I use in-ear monitors most of the time. That's just kind of the way the world is now. I rarely get to play a gig without in-ear monitors, and I'm fine with it. Everyone have a wonderful day. Y'all be good. Be kind. Oh, thank you for the super chat at the tail end. Do you have a, hopefully, if you have a question, but I just appreciate it. Thank you very much. All y'all are fantastic. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Of course, next week will be a regular Ask Zac episode. It'll be on the worst gig I ever played, and it's kind of the worst summer, but it was also very educational, so that will be next week's episode. So see y'all on Tuesday. Now, of course, you get to see the episode early if you're a Patreon member. You get to see it on Friday. All right, enough of that. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.